Hello friends, this is Navneet and you are watching my video series Speak Up. In this series, I am speaking to fellow Australians who are stranded all around the globe. Their circumstances for travel might be different, but one thing is common that they are all stuck abroad and with no avenues to come back home. Today with me I have Deepak who is stuck in a place called Chandigarh in North India. Let's speak to Deepak. Hi Deepak.
Hello Navneet, how are you?
I'm good, Deepak. I hope you are well.
Yes, I'm safe. I'm well and safe in Chandigarh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me, is Chandigarh family home?
Yeah, Chandigarh is my family home. I born and brought up in Chandigarh and moved to Australia 16 years. It's just over 16 years.
All right. How did you travel to India? Is it during the lockdown or before the lockdown?
It was during the lockdown. I landed in India on 29th of July, just under a month, on charter plane from Melbourne to Delhi. Because my mother was hospitalized for 3 times during this lockdown period, and I couldn't control myself because I'm very attached to my mom, and then I just took this decision to come to India to see my mom and help her in this hard time. So now my mom is absolutely fine and back home. So now I'm trying to find out my way to Australia, which is seems like there is no hope I can see. In the past 15 days, I'm trying my hard to find out the way how I can reach back to Melbourne, because I have my family back in Melbourne, my wife and 2 kids.
Yeah, and since how long have you been trying to come back?
My first 14 days were quarantine days, like 7 days was mandatory quarantine in a hotel, and 7 days I did my home quarantine with my mother. And from it's been almost 2 weeks now. I'm trying to arrange a flight where I can catch a flight. Even I've tried multiple options, even going via different countries, but there are no flights due to the Australian international arrival passenger restrictions by Australian government. So there is very less hope where I can find my way to reach to Australia. And
well, let me share a piece of which might be good news. Yesterday, the Morrison government was discussing, some of the members of Morrison government raised this issue of capping of international passengers, and they are discussing that this might be illegal and unconstitutional. So if that happens, we might look forward to maybe not removing of the cap, but maybe easing of the caps, which might open up more flight opportunities.
Oh, that's a good news.
That just happened yesterday, and I do believe that, all the noise that we are making might have contributed a little bit to it, but I think we need to keep on making more noise. Tell me something, are you registered with the Australian High Commission?
Yes, I've registered with the Australian High Commission, and I've registered with the Air India web portal as well. But my wife called Australian High Commission New Delhi a few times, but there is no satisfactory answer we got it from them. And so we're still just trying my way to reach back to Australia.
Yeah, I believe they are putting together a list, and they are kind of prioritizing passengers now, depending on their circumstances. Okay. That's what I've been told. And another thing that yesterday I was informed, I haven't substantiated, is that from now onwards, all the Vande Bharat missions, the Air India is so much to speak, all the tickets will be booked through the Australian High Commission. So there will be no direct bookings happening anymore, which might be a good thing.
That's good.
Which might be a good thing. And I believe if you write to them explaining the need to come back urgently, or you can put together a case which puts you in that kind of priority list, there might be a bigger chance. So,
Yep, I've already written to the Australian High Commission, New Delhi,
mhm.
uh, about my urgency to reach back because my wife is now sick. So she
Oh,
had
okay.
a panic attack day yesterday before. She was advised by the GP not to take too much stress. Now she's in a lot of stress because now I'm stuck in India. We were just listening the stories people stuck in India, and
Hmm.
this is the same situation happened to me now because
Hmm.
I thought when I took a flight, there were a lot of Vande Bharat missions were coming to Australia,
Yeah.
and I was hoping to catch that flight and coming back to Australia. And even I was willing to do my quarantine at my own cost. I was prepared for that. That's why I took this decision. The worst case scenario, I have to pay for the quarantine um, at my own cost, and
Yeah.
I have to purchase a expensive flight booking. I was well prepared for that, even
Yeah.
though I'm not getting any ticket or any hope to reaching back to Melbourne.
Well, I was stuck since March, and let me tell you, there were no Vande Bharat mission flights flying since March. There were only one or two flights which flew in July, from where I was bumped off twice. So I eventually
Oh,
had to
okay.
come back on a chartered flight. So
Yeah,
all this talk about Vande Bharat missions, they are the other way around. They are bringing people from abroad, but
yeah,
going back depends on the government of that particular country. So
yeah.
I
I agree.
I've also heard now that you can. In fact, somebody posted in one of the groups that they flew through Dubai. So I believe that is becoming possible now.
This is what I'm exploring right now. If I
Hmm.
can get a Emirates from Dubai to Melbourne or any, I'm not concerned about any city. I just wanted to reach to Australia,
Yeah,
and I can complete my mandatory quarantine in that particular city,
yeah,
and then I can fly back or by road I can go to Melbourne once the lockdown is finished.
yeah.
So I am pretty much open for any city, any flight, any price, to be honest, because that's how I desperate, because I
I know.
never left my family for that long, and even my family's missing me a lot like anything. So now my kids, I can see on a video chat, they are
Yeah,
actually so depressed, and now they're locked in their rooms because since in Melbourne you can imagine there is a lockdown.
yeah,
The day I left Melbourne, after 2 days there was a lockdown announced, and now they just completely locked in the house. So
yeah. No, but let me tell you, I think Melbourne there are no flights possible till November at least. So the only
okay,
way to fly is to go to try a city which has a larger cap, like
okay,
South Australia, or maybe even I don't know, uh, Western
Sydney.
Australia. I don't know the cap they have currently, but
I am open for any city actually. I'm not waiting for any flight to Melbourne.
mhm,
Whichever flight they can put me on and they can bring me in Australia,
yeah,
and then I can start working on find my way back to home, how I can reach to Melbourne once I finish
yeah,
my quarantine in that particular city. So at least I am in my own
yes,
country where I
yes,
lived 16 years, and I
yeah,
established my career, and which I called my home. I really wanted to be in Australia in this time because in India, you can see in the news the situation is getting worse day by day,
yes, it is.
and which is stressful for me now because the number of cases increasing day by day, and there are experts saying that there will be outbreak by end of September, where
Yeah,
there might be high chances of every third Indian or fourth Indian will
yes,
have this virus catch.
yeah.
So I really wanted to be back in my home country,
Yeah, I would
Australia,
just
where I.
like to mention here for all our friends watching that once you reach Australia and complete your quarantine, there is no issues going back to whichever state you have to go because they issue you a permit to travel. So,
Yeah,
any city, if you get Tasmania, Western Australia, whatever, just
yeah.
take a flight. Now, I have a question which often comes up. While in India, are you receiving any kind of financial assistance from the Australian government?
No, not at all.
So, in Australia, were you self-employed or were you employed by somebody?
No, no, I'm a self-employed. I run a business.
You are self-employed. I believe if you are self-employed, you can explore the possibility of obtaining job keeper.
Job keeper I am getting, but I'm not getting any special assistance when I am stuck in India for those expenses. I'm not getting any special assistance. I understand that what you saying. Yes, we are. I'm getting job seeker because I was in Australia when I applied for the job seeker. Keeper. And yes, so I am getting that payment.
Yeah, unfortunately, the government is not considering this as an a situation where they want to help us. But
yeah, I understand.
We have to.
I tell you honestly, I just wanted to reach back to my home. I'm not concerned about if Australian government can support me financially or not. If they can help me in finding the way how I can reach back to Melbourne at my own cost, I'm willing to spend that money, and I just wanted to be with my family.
Yeah, I do understand that. That is of prime importance now. I hope the videos that we are doing are reaching some people who are influential enough to make some difference. The last video we did, I believe somebody received a call from Bill Shorten, which is a kind of a positive sign. So do share this video as much as possible, and I'll also share it with the media organizations in my contact, and hopefully as things are moving, we might get a better outcome in the coming days, and I hope to see you in Australia very soon.
For sure. Thank you very much for covering my story, and you're doing a great cause, and I really appreciate your effort.
Thank you so much, Deepak. I will also send you a copy so that you can share at your end.
Thank you very much, Navneet.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you for
Hope to see you in Australia soon.
Yes, we do. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.